Well, hey guys, I wanted to bring you something a little bit different than what I normally film today. What I have here is a 2014 Subaru Forester XT, and the T does stand for turbo. So, as usual, let's go ahead and start off with the window sticker. Like I said, this one is a 2014 Forester 2-liter XT Touring, and this one's in dark gray metallic with a black leather interior. Of course, 2-liter dual overhead cam intercooled turbo engine, and it also has the CVT, the Lineartronic CVT, and you also have Subaru standard symmetrical all-wheel drive, so that's pretty nice. This one does have a few options on it. The option package number 30, which gives you keyless start, eyesight, driver assist system, which includes pre-collision braking, adaptive cruise, lane departure warning, lane sway warning, and pre-collision throttle management. It also gives you HID low beam headlights, and it also has the all-weather floor mats for $72, an interior illumination kit for $202. It also has the popular package number 2, which gives you the rear bumper cover, a mirror with a rear compass and home link, cargo net seat back, and the exterior mirrors with something and compass. You also have splash guard kits and the trailer hitch for the turbo. So let's go ahead and walk around the car. As for the rims on this one, it looks like we have 225/55 R18s, really nice looking rims. And if you look closely on the rims, you can actually see the black paint has a metallic flake in there. So that's really cool, not something you see every day on rims, and it goes really well with the exterior paint on this one. Coming around towards the back, standard on all turbos, you do have a dual exhaust outlet, as you can see. One there and one there. And there's your trailer tow package. It's a rather small trailer hitch and kind of dinky looking. Doesn't really appeal to me, but if somebody needs to tow something, then it'll do it. Of course, Subaru symmetrical all-wheel drive. There's your rather large Subaru badge on back. Rear wiper, third brake light up above, as well as an antenna. And you also have your Forester XT badge right here. And looking at this Forester right here, you can see it does not have the XT. It has a partial zero emission vehicle badge. So that's how you can kind of distinguish a turbo. And the turbos also do have a little bit more of an aggressive look to them. Now, one of the things that I find really cool on the new Forester is how the door, the rocker panels are integrated into the door. And you can see what I mean when you open up the door. The rocker panel goes away. So that's a pretty cool little detail. And at night, I don't know if you can see this little this light right here. It's an LED light in the mirror that shines down the side of the car. I'm not really sure what it's for. If any of you know, please feel free to let me know, because I'd love to learn. But you also have your LED turn signals in the mirrors, standard wipers. This one does have HID low beam headlights, as well as fog lamps down below. And the main difference on the non-turbo and the turbo is the front end. You can see you have more of an aggressive front clip, whereas the non-turbo has a little bit less aggressive look to it. So that's a nice little addition that I think Subaru did to kind of offset it. And you also have your fog lamps down below accented in chrome. So let's go ahead and jump on to the inside. This one is unlocked and just so happens to have a key in it. So starting off with the door panel, the top, all materials are hard to the touch, but they actually feel really solid. For the most part, they are a little flimsy. Chrome plated door handle. You have like a grooved aluminum accenting right here. Leather stitched armrest, and you also have a perforated portion in the door. Automatic down and up driver window. All the rest are manual. That's a little bit of a fail on Subaru's part. Now, when you're in here, you will notice a lot of Toyota parts, but that is because Toyota owns a large portion of Subaru. So that's pretty cool, I guess. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I guess it's up to you. And coming down to the door bin, materials are all hard to the touch down here, and they are quite flimsy. You can see that. I think that's where a little bit of Toyota comes in. And then you have like a water bottle holder as well as the Harman Kardon stereo speakers down below. So that's really cool. So I'll go ahead and start this one up. All you have to do, put your foot on the brake and hit the engine start button. And you can hear it starts right up, which is actually, it's a pretty quiet startup. I would expect the turbo to have a little more of an aggressive exhaust note, but it really doesn't. It's not too ridiculously annoying. And I would like a little more of an aggressive note, but I mean, this will do, and you can always add something aftermarket if that's your kind of thing. So coming to the interior materials, top of the dash, all of it is soft to the touch. Steering wheel is wrapped in leather, but no side bolstering grip extensions, surprisingly. You would think that on the more sporty model, I guess, it would have more side bolsters, but really it doesn't. You do have paddle shifters. It'll simulate an automatic transmission. Even though it is a CVT, you have all your multifunction controls right here. Here's your controls for your driver assistance, adaptive cruise control, and all that good stuff. Here's your wiper controls right here. You can see those work just fine. As well as the rear wiper, it works. Coming up here, you have your rather large hazards button. That's actually pretty chunky hazard controls, and it's in like this grooved trim here. You can probably hear my fingernail rubbing on that a little bit. Up here you do have your iMid display as well as your AC display right up there. And I know there is a bit of a reflection, but it'll give you throttle and turbo. So you can see when I rev it like that, the throttle and turbo gauges both move, so that's pretty cool. Here you have your navigation system. Really not all that bad of a navigation system. I mean, it's not one of the best. It is SD card based. You can see the SD card in right there. So, I mean, it's not terrible. I won't be able to demonstrate the stereo because of YouTube copyright issues, sadly. But you all know Harman Kardon produces some of the best stereos ever. So, that's pretty much where I stand on that. Top of the dash is soft to the touch on this side as well. Nothing changes. Coming down to the glove box, it is damped somewhat. It does kind of crash down a little. It's not too bad, but it does kind of crash. And then everything from here down is hard to the touch. You have like a fake aluminum trim here, as well as a harder plastic. And here's the key to it. It's exactly the same as a Toyota Smart Key. So nothing changes on that at all, except for the badge. It says Subaru instead of Toyota. So that's the key. Coming down, you have your X mode, which I think locks the center differential or something, or I'm not sure. It does something for the all-wheel drive system. And then pushing that, it'll beep, and then turning it off. High and low heated seats for the driver and passenger. Don't want those right now. Here's your controller for the Xtronic CVT, and then your manual right here. You can see it's gonna not stop beeping. Good lord, that's annoying. Maybe it was beeping because the e-brake's on, but speaking of the e-brake, you do have a leather stitch shift boot, as well as dual cup holders right here. So that's pretty nice. You also have a 12-volt power outlet underneath here. So plenty of little storage cubbies in this car. There's a nice little storage tray back in here. There's a little storage, well no, that's the fuses, I lied. Shame on me. You also do get knee airbags as well. I'm really glad they included that, because I think that's something that's going to start becoming standard on all cars as safety regulations increase. So coming back up, here's your automatic headlight controls as well as your fogs. I won't turn those on for long because I don't want to attract attention. So I'll go ahead and open the hood. And like I said, this does have Subaru's 2-liter turbocharged and intercooled 4-cylinder. I'll add all the engine specifications in here. You can see the pretty chunky intake for the intercooler right here. It's just like a rubber thing. But engine is just ticking away. Typical direct injection stuff. And I really like the way it sounds. Sounds pretty cool. I'll go ahead and rev it up a little bit. Oh, one last thing, the fuel cap release is down below on the floor. Turn this air down. Make sure nobody's around, and all is well. So, as you can see, there is a bit of a rev limiter, actually a pretty substantial rev limiter, around 4,000 RPM. Engine doesn't really sound all that great, in my opinion. I think it should be a little more aggressive, since this is the sportier trim of the Forester, but that's just my opinion. Here you have your panel dim, your memory height for the automatic tailgate. There's your tailgate release right there, as well as traction control off. So we'll go ahead and shut it down and check out the back seat. And now it's gonna ding incessantly. How convenient. So coming into the back seat, first thing I'm noticing is, well, first off, door materials are exactly the same, nothing changes. Chrome plated door handle, everything. There's actually a lot of room back here. You can see I'm like 5'11", and a half-ish, and there's tons of room. I probably would have had the seat a little further back than what it was up here, but even so, it's not bad legroom at all. And you have dual map pockets, no air vents back here, so that is a little disappointing. Center armrest folds down. It is nicely padded, as well as dual cup holders right there. Seats are okay on comfort. They're not anything special, but they're not terrible either. Headroom, seeing as how this is a pretty high up crossover, you don't really have any problem with that. Here's more of a look at the dash and all. Up there you do have your lane departure warning controls, as well as forward collision. You also have a sort of panoramic sunroof. It's just more or less a huge sunroof. So that kind of brightens up the cabin, but it also heats it up. And you can see this unit here and here, that's part of your forward collision warning and your driver sensing stuff. And you do have an auto dimming rear view mirror, as well as home link. So that's a nice feature. Not something, it's a lot of premium features that you wouldn't expect to find on a Subaru, but I think they're really stepping up their game lately, trying to become more popular, and I definitely think it's working. So the power tailgate is not on right now, but you can see by the motor right there, it does have a power tailgate. Storage is more than enough in here. There's a release to fold your seats, and it does yield a flat load floor, completely and totally flat, which I'm really glad about that. You also have little tie-down hooks here, a 12-volt power outlet on this side. There's your car's floor mats, and it also has a cargo liner, so that's really nice too. Looking up under here, I'm assuming the spare is up under that foam panel. I'm not going to be able to get to it with one hand, but you also have your cargo net right here. So well done, Subaru. I'm really impressed. The only thing that needs to change is the sound of the engine, and then I'll be totally sold on this. But anyways, that really pretty much sums it up on the 2014 Subaru Forester XT. Hope you guys have enjoyed, and thanks for watching.